go get Casper.
Let's go get Casper. This is gonna be a long day. Look at this, y'all.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
It's supposed to clear up, ain't it?
Sun be shining once you get your truck.
November 26, 2022 was going to be a big day for Unity Motorsports Garage. Me and my brother, we set out on the road to go get Casper and bring Casper home. This was an awesome time for me and my brother to bond, talk about the old days of the crazy stuff that we used to do growing up, and it was just truly awesome. If it wasn't for my brother, Mixed Up Boss would have never made it to the dyno, made it to the house. In the same way with Casper, we used his truck to take Casper to the header shop, and we're going to get it to bring it home. I have to give a huge shout out to my good friend Kevin Gowan, who I work with, for allowing me to borrow his car trailer because, well, I sold all of my trailer, my truck, and all of that stuff whenever I got out of racing years ago. But we loaded the trailer up onto the truck and was really careful about pulling out, didn't want to mess up his grass. And then it was onward to Hickory, North Carolina, to where when I first seen Casper, I was just completely mesmerized because the workmanship by Tyler was second to none. We paid him, we started loading it up, trying to beat the rain, and we just continued having our good day and made a ton of memories. I can't wait to make memories with my brother in the truck once it's finally running. As you can see, I've got a lot of work to do. I'm far from done, but this was a huge step in the right direction. Having the headers built and knowing that they're perfect makes me feel extremely good about the project. Now it's on to bigger and better things, and I can't wait to see how it all turns out. Well, as you can see, Casper is finally home. Thank goodness. It has been forever. We actually took Casper and dropped him off at the header shop on August 29th, so it's been a while. Which leads me into the main bulk of this video, is lessons learned in having these headers built. First lesson: the supply parts chain deal is still, did I say that right? Part supply chain, yeah, that's what I meant to say. It's still a big issue. Finding the stainless tubing proved to be a challenge for Tyler to build the headers. The cost of the material has gone out the roof for stainless. So if you're building a project and you're going to have headers built, just know that going into it, that it is going to be a costly endeavor. Now, how much do I have tied up into these headers? Now, a lot of you viewers will be shocked and others not so much because you've been around enough to know how much these things cost. But these headers are $4,500. Yes, I said that right. $4,500. I'll put a picture of the invoice in so you can actually see what I'm talking about. And over half, well, about nearly half of that cost is actually in supplies alone. Now, Tyler did an absolute fabulous job of having the headers up. As you can see here, this is a fender well design. We chose to go with this design because of the large primary tube diameter, trying to get it to go inside the frame rail. We thought that that would be bad for performance, and I also wanted to be able to get the transmission in and out of Casper really easily, and with fender well headers, the exhaust is no longer an issue. These headers are a 2-inch primary, stepped right here to 2 1/8, goes down to a 3.5-inch merge collector with the evac tubes that will run up to the valve covers to give it the old school look. And you can just see by the quality of his welds, he did a great job. Now, one of the things that I was concerned with is the way this side here the header tubes around the steering box. There's only so much real estate in order to get the tubes to fit in a package type deal. I had initially thought that these two tubes could run behind the steering box and join in into a slit fit, but he said that that was pretty much a no-go. Looking at the other side here, I mean, it's just, these things are a work of art. But, like I said, the expense of having custom-made headers in 2022, you better be ready to get your pocketbook out. So when we first set out to do this, the initial price tag thereabouts was going to be anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000. So in my mind, I'm averaging that out to be $3,500. And so when I got the bill for $4,500, I was actually really shocked, you know, because that was $1,000 over my estimated amount. And you know, if you're doing this for the first time, you want to make sure that you get something in writing from whoever's doing your work about that, and just have them give you a call if it's going to run into more money than what you expect. Okay, to pay for these headers, unfortunately, I had to sell my Honda Monkey. Yeah, I had to sell the Monkey, which not a big deal, because to be honest with it, in the 10 or 11 months that I've had it, I rode it 815 miles and I absolutely loved it, but I didn't get to enjoy it the way I had envisioned in my mind. That was one of those good ideas that didn't really pan out the way I thought. So Monkey's gone, Casper's back. So let's talk about the exhaust and what I've got to do to this thing to get it connected to the exhaust I have under the truck. So as you can see there, got a little collector extension. That's 3.5-inch tube right there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to run the pipe straight back along right here. And as you can see, the frame rail of the truck starts to kick upwards. And then I'm going to come back, run an S right into my rear exit and exhaust that I already had under the truck. Should be pretty good. I'm actually wanting to put a cutout right here at about 18 to 20 inches from the collector, so that when I'm at the track, I can run open exhaust. That should be pretty cool. It will definitely have a lot of attitude in sound, at least. One of the million-dollar questions I've been asked by people on the channel is, am I going to have the headers coated? And I've been toying around with that decision for quite a while. But since I have so much money tied up in these headers, I think I want to do it right. I think I'm going to have the headers coated, have them jet hot coated. They're here pretty local to me in North Carolina. They're up in Burlington. And that's for a couple reasons. One, it'll make the headers last longer. Two, it will keep the heat inside the pipes and keep the heat away from the engine and carburetors, which will make more power. So let me know in the comments what you think about having the headers jet hot coated. I know that this has been an ongoing process, but since I'm knee deep in it, I might as well do it right. So let me know if you think that's the right thing to do. I know it took forever to get the truck back from the header shop. Most people don't have a concept of time on YouTube. You know, people think it's supposed to happen like that. And yes, I wanted to have this truck back for the No Name Nationals, and it just didn't work out that way, you know. But that's the way life is. Rome wasn't built in a day, and there's not a single car out there that's built overnight unless you've got tons of cash to throw at the problem to make the problem disappear. And I don't have that problem. I do not have tons of cash, you know. I work a full-time job, have a family, 2 kids. So this here gets done on my timeline and what's appropriate for my family. And I just want to thank all of the viewers that has come along on this journey, and I cannot wait to see this thing go down the track. Like I said, I've got a lot of work. I've got a lot of electrical work to do. Finish plumbing the fuel system up front, the cooling system, get the front clip back on it, make the inner fenders fit the headers. So there's a lot of work. But to everybody that's donated super thanks money, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because that is what helps make this thing do what it does. I mean, it helps give me a means to do it. So until next time, this is Andy from Unity Motorsports Garage. I'll catch you later. Tony, it won't be long. Your day's coming with Bottle Rocket.